Hello everybody and welcome to the 5th Global Conference on the Elimination of Child Labour. We are joined right now by Kabwe from Zambia as well as Ashley from Guatemala. They will be speaking to us about why they are here and what they aim to achieve from the global conference. Kabwe, over to you.
My name is Kabwe, as she earlier alluded. I'm from Zambia. Why I'm here is basically to get this great opportunity, as it's the first time that children are participating in this conference, and to use this opportunity to speak to decision makers on the rights that we as children have, and to eliminate all the worst forms of child labor. At the same time, considering all those children out there who are vulnerable and in this situation, try and find a better solution for their livelihood. So I'm here with our Dialogue Works, who are also part of the 5th Global Conference, trying to advocate for different children around 15 countries in Africa, Asia, Latin America, in all the continents that we have.
Ashley.
Bueno, hola, mi nombre es Ashley, tengo la edad de 15 años, soy de Guatemala. Vengo aquí porque soy delegada para la niñez y adolescencia trabajadora de Guatemala, y lo que espero aquí de esta conferencia es de que nos hagan dar resultados de nuestra propuesta que vayamos a hacer ante la OIT, y que pues ya no suframos más violencia, más abuso, más explotación laboral y menos discriminación en nuestro país, y que juntos nos hagan valer que nosotros somos capaces de hacer las cosas. Gracias.
My name is Ashley, I'm 15, I'm from Guatemala, and I am here as a working child and youth delegate. I hope for this conference to be a result of proposal for action, for it to be taken into account for us not to suffer any more violence, abuse, labor exploitation and discrimination, and for us to be valued and taken into account.
Coming up next is who we caught up with earlier, which is Homosa from Save the Children SA, as well as Young Given, the president of the Nelson Mandela Children's Parliament. They all want to say, stop, end
Child labor.
Okay. Why is the 5th Global Conference on the Elimination of Child Labour important?
It is highly important because countries have ratified the Convention on the Right of a Child. You see, if countries have got an obligation to report around the issues of children, and we also have got child protection measures that are in place, it means that we should also include the Convention on Elimination of Child Labour, the one that ILO is heading, so that we can come up with better way or better conditions for children who are working, and also eliminate the hazardous works that children are doing. You understand that the province that we are in right now, we have got the sugarcane factories, we have got the harbors and all of those kind of things. How many children are actually in there, and are we really reaching them as civil society and also the government of South Africa? So it is very, very important, and it have opened up channels for children to actually understand that I'm actually being exploited, I'm actually being abused, and I'm also actually being discriminated as a child laborer, and they're able to voice out and look for help. Because before you think that actually this is the nicest thing to do, at least I'm getting a pocket money, but then you don't understand that this is exploitation. You're supposed to be at school, or you're supposed to be playing with other children, but then instead you're there, you're a little nanny who's 15-year-old who needs to take care of their, because as much as we talk about child labor, is not only those formal work, even the child that we send in the communities in the rural area, there's this child who goes to buy cold drink the entire day. Mama calls them, can you go and buy me sweets? Can you go and buy me? That is child labor too. When does that child actually get the time to rest and be the child? You know, stolen childhood, this is where we start talking about stolen childhood. This childhood is completely stolen. We need to have a better livelihood for children.
You've been facilitating a lot of these programs that have been happening today in preparation for tomorrow, where the participation is taking place. What have you found are similarities between children of this country, South Africa, and those from all over the world?
I would say what is standing out quite is corruption, number one. children are speaking about corruption, you understand that General Command number 19 of UNCRC is saying that the state should invest in children. The public funds, the SARS money, the tax money should be invested in children's rights. But then because of the corruption that are happening, the children are saying, then they are unable to meet their needs. Basic human rights of a child, just education, shelter, clothing, and protection of the children's rights. We are failing to protect them because we are not investing enough in child protection systems. Like children are now using technology. How many applications do we have where children can actually report their cases, right? Children are being exploited every day. The cases are thrown out of court because sometimes children cannot really speak for themselves, you know. Children are saying that they're actually losing faith in the justice system. That's another thing. They're saying that no, do not talk about legislation. Legislation are there on paper. Implementation, they're saying they're seeing gaps in implementation of the laws, of the regulations that we are here. Like they asked one critical question that when we come up with the statements after this, how will we monitor that what we are saying is being implemented? Are we going to have the committee of children so that in the next conference we come and see that, yes, we have seen the country A, you have done this, and country B. And how will all other countries who have ratified the Elimination of Child Labour Convention be held accountable? And how do we also make sure that all other countries are also being held accountable? Because the challenge is implementation, accountability. We are not transparent too as others. I don't know, maybe it's, you know, we'll be using the traditional way of engaging the children, and it is also very, very important that we know that this is the first time these children are actually participating in South Africa, and it's a very, very greatest benchmark for ILO and also for Save the Children, so that we continue engaging children and building up advocacy strategies with children with relation to the resolutions that will come out of your head. It is Durban call for action. Durban call for action need to be inclusive of children. If South Africa needs to start the committee, need to be inclusive of children. You know, you can have all these others, but then this is about the children. Let's have the children driving this thing too, because they can tell all other friends that actually that is exploitation. Then children start talking about it, start being open about it, then we will have the reduction that we want to see in 2025.
Thank you so much. Why is the 5th Global Conference on the Elimination of Child Labour important for children?
It is important to us, as I'm also a child. It is important to me because it helps children to stay as children, not to be adults. It makes sure that children stay as children. And I'm proud to say that the government made a good action on including us in this 5th Global Conference of Elimination of Child Labour as children, because it helps us to participate our struggles, because nothing about me without me as a child.
And what has been some of your highlights, especially with meeting children from different countries?
I have learned that we are facing the same crisis. So we across the globe can come up, we must come with a solution in a way that we can eradicate the spread of child labor. We can fight against this if we are united, because two brains are better than one brain.
Good afternoon. I'm Ashton Basie from Melbourne, South Africa. I'm here at the ICC Nkosi Albert Intergenerational Convention Center, and we're here for the 5th Global Conference for Elimination of Child Labour. We're here hoping to have progress on eliminating child labour and raising awareness of children that are in positive working areas and which are dangerous to child labour. We have over 40 children from here with us, and we're together to find solutions because we're committed discussions on how to live. Follow me.
Session with the courses and solutions. Just compare them, and now you can transfer your status to this document, also this paper. Okay, We can compare and see what were similar or what were not here and see how to stick them as well. So perhaps we can break up now and then start doing that. Do you have any questions? Or it's clear?
4 o'clock especially, some of the children and young people who joined virtually from other countries might be trying to join us. So we now have a link that's been shared with everyone on the computer. So they're gonna try and link in, and they'd be really happy to see that how you're integrating their views with your views. If they know, we already told them we worked till midnight yesterday, we received their results, we worked till midnight to put it on flip chart. And they're going to be really happy at least to see you've seen what they said and to see how you can integrate your findings in theirs to also represent them.
Exactly. So if we do not have any further questions, we can break now into our various groups and then start working on them. So they are already there. We find the sheets already there, and then we can start sticking the sticky notes onto those new drafts that we have. Is that fine? Okay, perfect.
Sorry, one final thing. Because we've got 6 groups and it's a very busy day, rather than you feed everything back, we'll give each group 3 red stickers. So we encourage you, what are the 3 most important solutions you would like to share with everybody else? And we'll have gallery, anyone wants to see all the detail can go and see. But in terms of feedback, we're just going to ask each group to share 3 priority solutions that their group wants to prioritize. I hope the children are responsible.
Yes, so I think that as Longile is indicating, in your groups, you'll have to choose one spokesperson who represents the 3 key solutions that your group would want to talk about. But of course, it's up to you to decide what those 3 top solutions would be. Okay, then it's up to you again to decide who speaks on your behalf from your various groups. Okay, all right, so please break up and then get back to your working groups and start working. Thank you.
So here we've been working and we're doing group activities together. We'll be working on exercises on how to solve problems the causes that cause elimination of child labor. We're in groups and we're working on how to solve problems.
On day 3 of the 5th Global Conference on the Elimination of Child Labour, we passed the mic to children.
Children should embrace their childhood.
Children should imagine.
Children should learn.
Children should play.
Children should laugh.
Children have to interview about child labor. So, Deputy Minister, I am aware that we are on a mission to completely eradicate child labor by 2025.
There is this African proverb that says, raising a child is not an individual's responsibility. It takes a village to raise a child, and therefore it is the responsibility of the entire village to make sure that we are aware of the situation.
UNICEF is really looking forward to having the voices of the children heard.
Okay, ma'am, so as an individual, what do you feel about child labor in the world?
We are expecting that at the end of this conference, we have a clear and actionable plan, that we have clearly committed resources and finances to take the actions necessary to protect our children.